I'm honored to have you here, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Greetings, explorers of knowledge. Join us as we embark on a quest to understand Žlebe. Žlebe, or locally also Sveta Marjeta, is a dispersed settlement in the Municipality of Medvode in the Upper Carniola region of Slovenia. Let's now shift gears and explore geography through a critical lens, uncovering its strengths and weaknesses. Žlebe lies in the Pologradic Hills south of Medvode. It is a sprawling settlement, encompassing several dispersed hamlets and farms: Kana, Dmena, Jakob, Krolj, Molinek, Petelink, Potonik, Prikijel, Pristova, Ravniki Grai or Ruika, Stika or Stika, and Zova. In the narrow sense as a hamlet, Žlebe refers only to the area at the highest part of the valley. The settlement spreads across tertiary hills and low slopes of dolomite hills separated by ravines with creeks. Žlebe Creek is the main way it occurs, with its source below Žlebe Hill 774 m, and it empties into Mavelika Creek at Senica. Tributaries of Žlebe Creek include Potonica Creek with its source at the Potonik Farm and Uik Creek with its source at the Uik Farm. With the foundation laid, let's embark on a journey into name. Žlebe was attested in written sources in 1427 as Slepec. The name is derived from the Slovene common noun Gorge, ravine, referring to the local geography. In the past, the settlement was known as Žlebe in German. Locally, the settlement is also known as Sveta Marjeta. As we enter this new phase, let's analyze fortifications from different angles and evaluate its significance. A fortification formerly stood on Žlebe Hill in the southwest part of the settlement. It was owned by the Hertomag robber knights, who were non-free nobles subservient to the Spanheims, and later to the Patriarchate of Aquileia. The fortification was probably destroyed by the 1511 Idrija earthquake, and little trace of it remains today. Grady Hill, which stands below Žlebe Hill, was the site of a fortification in antiquity. The spotlight now falls on churches as we delve deeper into its details. There are two churches above the settlement, one dedicated to St. Margaret and the other to St. James. St. Margaret's church dates to the early 16th century and was built on the site of an earlier church. The interior was painted with frescoes in 1742. It is a late Gothic structure, and tradition says that it was built with material salvaged from the ruins of the nearby fortress at Žlebe Hill. It is a single-nave structure with a star-vaulted nave and sculpted keystones. The frescoes on the triumphal arch date from the 17th century. The main altar was consecrated in the late 17th century, and the altars dedicated to St. Anthony, St. James, and the Trinity date from 1666, 1657, and 1646, respectively. The crucifixion group on the archbeam was created in 1680. St. James Church was built at the beginning of the 16th century. It is a Baroque structure with the year 1751 on the triumphal arch. The main altar was probably created by, and the altar dedicated to Saints Cosmas and Damian dates from the end of the 17th century. It contains the cabinet from a late Gothic winged altar with a statue of St. James dating from the second half of the 15th century. In the following segment, we'll be examining notable people in greater detail. Notable people that were born or lived in Žlebe include Frank Christen, journalist. Have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future videos? Let me know in the comments.